in bunches.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. The first carry now for Marshawn Lynch. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, it's Carr. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. First down, the run with Lynch. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Lynch. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
And we all know it's turned into a passing league in the NFL, but that doesn't mean people still don't like to run the football. When you run it that successfully, your offensive line is fired up. What they want to do each and every game is run block. Get out and smack some people. I would say go ahead and run it again.
Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Lynch. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Marshawn Lynch taking it in. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2. And before the snap here, we've got a timeout by the offense. It's their first of this first half, and they'll get together and talk this one over. And now the Raiders actually going to line up here to go for 2. Here's Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Now it's Nugent out to kick it away. On the return, Jabril Peppers. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And some room to roam now. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. He's going to fire one. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reggie Nelson. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
First down, a run with Hyde. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now it's the backup Mayfield. He's going to look deep now for Landry. This is intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reggie Nelson. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
They start the drive with Lynch, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on third down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Carr. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great play there. 34 yards. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
A wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it was looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Now it's Nugent out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the Browns getting set to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now it's Taylor. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Well, quite a few teams this past week in the NFL were playing with new quarterbacks, guys that have been in the league, but in a new uniform, and they had quite a bit of success. You noted some of them. Who'd you have down?
It was really incredible success when you think about it. Kirk Cousins in Minnesota, 1. Case Keenum in Denver, 1. Alex Smith with Washington, 1 at Arizona. Pat Mahomes, he started 1 game last year, but it was really a throwaway. His true debut on the road against the Chargers wins. And Tyrod, whichever way he wants it pronounced, got a tie with Cleveland. How about special category? Ryan Tannehill back with the Dolphins. He wins in their home game against Tennessee. And fear the beard. Ryan Fitzpatrick, what a monster performance on the road, beating New Orleans with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And if you guys were worried, Brady and Rodgers still pretty good.
Yes.
On 4th down, the Browns hand things over to the veteran Britton Colquitt to punt. This is Harris. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So out come the Raiders. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. From the gun, Carr. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Carr now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. Operating from the gun, Carr. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Again, it's Carr. He'll get this out to Lynch, complete. And he gets it down to the 32. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Again, they'll throw with Carr. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. The final shot here before half for Carr. And that is incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Now it's Nugent out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Play action, it's Taylor. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They go play action now. Taylor. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Harris now to return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in a game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. The linebacker, Derek Johnson, in on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Derek Johnson leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
The Browns on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 15. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gordon. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway from 8 yards out. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that will get him one closer. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll run again with Lynch. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Trying a little razzle-dazzle on 3rd and short. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time, because let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Running for it. Here's Lynch. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Back now in the East Bay. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Handoff comes to Hyde. Makes to run past the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
After the encroachment penalty, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Taylor. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tahir Whitehead coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you.
And the pressure gets to him again. Bruce Irvin, he's the one to get in this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They run again on first down, Lynch. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Carr to throw on 2nd down. That is incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Breanne Bonnie Calhoun. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Taylor to throw. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Now Mayfield. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll give to Hyde. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Now it's Taylor. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And he gets it down to the 32. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And now Oakland ready to take the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. And a timeout is called. So now you're looking at probably just one final play from back in their own territory, and they're going to need a miracle. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off,